Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. So in this video we're going to be talking about Baelran because Baelran is kind of a hot topic due to the fact that he is in the top team for the Magmazard Primal Lord on the global server and even on the VN server where they are approaching the level cap for the phase. Definitely Baelran is still in the best team along with Hypos. And this has actually allowed my viewer to get a rank 3 position in his district, even just having Supreme Plus upgrade of all of his heroes, showing you that yeah, investing into Baelran will make definitely a meaningful difference for the Magmazard Primal Lord. However, apart from this, where has Baelran been meta? So we know because we now have over basically 8 days of testing, even an endless difficulty of bosses, at least for phase 2, what we're currently at. And in the VN server, the Baelran has only been majorly meta for one of the Dream Realm bosses, which is Crazed Shellbrute. But in this Crazed Shellbrute boss, if we take a look at the damage breakdown, my viewer told me that the second best team, which is going to be using Pheromore rather than Baelran, that is getting like 10 to 15 billion damage lower. So just by having Baelran is also going to give you a big score boost for Crazed Shellbrute specifically. However, apart from this, there's not really much use of Baelran. Even if we take a look at all of the top teams that my viewers run for all the different Dream Realm bosses, even in this endless difficulty currently that we are at. Who knows, maybe something could change this week now that you have the legendary charms, but I find it probably unlikely that he is going to be meta in these other bosses. Plague Creeper, there was, like we talked about, an RNG team using Baelran, and I am interested to see when we get Plague Creeper again, either on the global server or on the VN server. I wanted to see if Baelran is going to see any more usage in Dream Realm. But as it stands right now, Baelran is very niche for Dream Realm. Only the best in slot for the Crazed Shellbrute boss. Apart from that, basically not in the best team for the other bosses. But of course in the Primal Lord Magmazard, he is in the best team. But again, like I recommended to you guys, I don't think that is enough of a reason to be recruiting for him just to perform in one Primal Lord. And I know people are saying, but what if Magmazard comes back as a Dream Realm boss next season? And definitely something like that could happen. There could be certain bosses which Baelran is going to do better in the next season, and definitely that is a possibility. But as it stands right now, you don't have a rush to basically recruiting Celestial Hypogene heroes. You're always available to get them from the guild store or to get them from your stellar crystals, and so you can wait and see until he does become like decently meta before building him. And I still do recommend going for Hypos before you even think about recruiting for Baelran, because overall Hypos is more meta in multiple Dream Realm bosses. However, if they're done with Hypos, people are thinking, should we go for Baelran next? And honestly, I still feel like it is something that you should wait and see a bit longer. Because as of right now, just being in the best team for one Dream Realm boss, which is Crazed Shellbrute, and being in the best Magmazard Primal Lord team, I don't know if that's actually enough to really go all in. And he will need to be at Supreme Plus, by the way. Other people were wondering, can Baelran work at lower copies? Can he work at Mythic Plus? You need him at Supreme Plus if you want him to take over any other top team that would be second best to him. So without Supreme Plus, Baelran is basically no use, not going to improve your performance, and even right now is only really Crazed Shellbrute that he is the best option, the number one option. Of course, he is good in AFK stages, but we've talked about AFK stages before, and like there are a lot of teams you can run for AFK stages. So overall, when it comes to AFK stages, it just really depends. Do you like pushing AFK stages? Is that something that really excites you about the game? Then he is a good hero to invest into, because he is very meta in AFK stages. But for me, I do not like pushing AFK stages. I mainly rely on auto battling. And I'm fine to give up like 20, 30 stages compared to my competition. Even more than that is what I'm giving up. Because it is just kind of too stressful for me to like always be hardcore pushing, even manual pushing, which is kind of what is needed if you want to really push super hard. Now for PvP, this is kind of the thing, and also Ravaged Realm. So at the end of the season, Ravaged Realm, I would suspect that Baelran probably will be in the top team, but again, we don't know how much of a damage boost that is going to give your team, because now we have a lot of good heroes in all of the different squads. So it's very likely that even if Baelran is a good damage dealer, probably you won't be losing out by too much by not having him Um, yeah, so that is also the thing you have to kind of calculate when you're making an investment decision. And for PvP, this is the main reason why I'm not sold on Baelran yet. I still feel like he has yet to prove to me that he is a powerhouse in PvP. I know he can be incredibly tanky, and once he gets one or two of his ascensions, basically healing to full health, then he is a force to be reckoned with. He can even solo teams that don't have enough burst to kill him. However, getting him to that point also needs a lot of support and is not always consistent. So that's kind of the reason why I don't really want to build Baelran if he's only just really niche PvE content and then kind of like not really shining too hard in PvP. That's kind of why I have not recruited for Baelran yet and why I'm still waiting and seeing, because, you know, even if Baelran is a hot topic right now, there could be another Celestial Hypogean coming out at the end of the season, the third one. They could, and then of course next season we're gonna have more Celestial Hypogeans. Everyone's looking forward to Mihira, who is a hero from AFK Arena, who has been announced by the developers that will be arriving next season. So there's Celestial Hypogeans keep coming, and the meta keeps evolving due to them. And so like if you skip one or two here or there, it will not really affect your progress long term, and also it can actually be the smarter decision if that hero is not massively like game changing or impactful, right? So that's why I think for me I'm not recruiting Baelran, and of course I'm basically a whale. So like for people who are lighter spenders, lower spenders, I don't really recommend recruiting for Baelran. I think it's far better for you to save for the next hugely meta hero, because right now Baelran is not meta enough, right? And there's no doubt there is going to be like probably within the next 3 or 4 Celestial Hypogeans to be released. I'm sure there's going to be something far more meta than Baelran, and so that's kind of the thing you have to think about. Like, basically be a bit patient and save your resources. But you guys can let me know your opinions about Baelran and about everything in the comment section down below. Overall, he is a solid hero. He is not bad. And when you think about like a further down the line priority Celestial Hypogean, he is one of those top priorities. Like if you're not a big fan of maybe PvP and you don't want to go for something like Dunlinger, Baelran, honestly, after Harak is a really good option. But like even after Harak, I kind of like really like going for Athalia because she's really strong in PvP as a carry, even though she doesn't have as much PvE usage as compared to like Baelran, for example. But like that's when you just have to make a decision. Do you just want to fully all in on PvE and go for Baelran, or do you want to go more for a PvP route, which would be Athalia? So like that's when the options kind of open up. But I would basically rate Baelran in that sort of Athalia, Cryonaya, Talene tier. So basically I still think Fresto twins are must-haves, even though Fresto, I'm a little bit worried based on the performance of Fresto so far in Dream Realm. He's kind of been phased out from multiple content, but I still do think that Fresto kind of is in that must-have category for the early game, like early to mid-game players. Fresto Twins, Rainier Mythic Plus, Harak. I consider those 4 really the big 4. Some people say you can skip Harak, but like I would not skip Harak and go directly into another hero. I would either just save and skip Harak, or build Harak if you're going for a 4 Celestial Hypogean after Fresto Twins and Rainier. So anyway guys, that's gonna be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And finally, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me at no extra cost to you. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.